That's right. That's right. There you go. That's right. There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, there sir. You go. Yes, sir. Nigga. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's really the caption talking about Lil Baby not pulling up with 5 M's no more. They funny as hell. Y'all so messy. Is it because Youngboy pulled up? Y'all funny as hell.
There you go. Yeah, it was. Good, dog. Hell good, dog.
It was really them saying, I don't know if that's Gillie or Wallo, but it was really them saying he fanned out for that hug.
Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. I want to talk about this $1 million worth of game with NBA Youngboy, Let It Breathe, and Gillie and Wallo. And I just want to say that as older melanated men, either you're for this drill music or you're against it. There is no in between. There is no in the middle. Either you're for drill music or you're against it. It is crazy how the mayor of Philadelphia gave Gillie and Wallo the keys to the city. This is what comes with the sacrifice. And Philadelphia is like many other cities. It's like Baltimore. It's like St. Louis. It's like Compton. It's like Watts. Let It Breathe. So you mean to tell me that Gillie and Wallo, they gave both of them the keys to the city of Philadelphia, and all they do on $1 million worth of game is do interviews with people who catch bodies for a living? This man is holding NBA Youngboy tight. After losing a son, moment of silence for Young Cheese. After losing a son to senseless gun violence, that's the only way as a reporter, that's the only way as a journalist that I could describe what is happening in the streets of America. If you're not from America, put a 44 in the chat. Everybody put SV in the chat for senseless violence. As a man that lost his son to senseless violence, you mean to tell me that you are excited, you are elated to do an interview with a young man? And I'm not judging him, but at this point, everybody who knows that this man is responsible for not one, not two, but more than 5 mothers crying and many more. And the fact
what he said, we leave mamas crying. I don't know, that nigga, he did say he leave mamas crying. But everybody say that's a rapper though. That shit funny.
that you lost your son to the streets.
Who lost their son? He talking about Youngboy lost his son? If Youngboy losing his son, it's crazy. If y'all know anything about Youngboy losing his son, please let me know. Because it say Youngboy lost Young Cheese, but I'm pretty sure that's not his son. I thought that was his homie.
The fact that your son will never be here anymore. You mean to tell me that instead of making a stand against music, instead of making a stand against somebody like NBA Youngboy, it's crazy to see men almost pushing 40, holding and hugging tight a man that make mothers cry at night.
Bro, he probably holding him tight because he like, damn, bro, you been through a lot. You don't know what they going through out there behind the scenes in the streets. What you talking about? It's deeper than what the outside be looking at. People grew up, like, for example, let's use King Von's son for example, because that's a good example. People grow up into that environment. They probably grow up with people telling them, "Oh yeah, go do this, go do that," and they getting led like that since a baby. What the fuck you expect? That's how they gonna be raised. That's what they know. That's all they know. If he did what he did in the past, that's probably not the reason he hugging them though. He probably hugging them because that nigga go through a lot. And he like, dang, bro, from man to man, from black brother to black brother, shit. I'm here for you, gang. Okay?
When I tell you
Like
guys,
what?
9 to 5 save lives, it really saves lives because it keeps you out of survival mode. When it comes to street music, drill music, NBA Youngboy music, you have to think NBA Youngboy, he's only talking about making bodies drop. 18 tracks, mixtape after mixtape. It's either making a body drop or what will happen if you do something to him and how he's going to make a body drop in the future. It's either a body drop in the past, he's about to catch a body, or he's going to catch a body in the future. You mean to tell me that you have men pushing 40? And I want you guys to see why our culture is backwards. When I was in Greensboro, North Carolina, it was a guy, he was at least in his 60s. This guy was like, hey, can you buy me a Pepsi? I usually say no, but today I said, listen, why not? So I got the guy a Pepsi. As I approached, music was playing. I wasn't familiar with the music, so I said, listen, what are you listening to? He said, I'm listening to NBA Youngboy. So you mean to tell me this guy is 60 in the streets, asking for money for a Pepsi, and he's listening to NBA Youngboy? Not only that, he's a 60-year-old FLS. Guy has the nerve to tell me NBA Youngboy, he drops the most mixtapes. He's so consistent. Listen, when it comes to NBA Youngboy, he wanted to be in the industry. He wanted to be a rapper from young. See, the problem with this world and the problem with America is we don't want to move forward. I don't care what anybody says. America is just like any third world country, especially in areas where you don't have a lot of jobs and you
Don't say that, gang. Don't say that. I mean, it is like third world countries to a certain extent, but you can't disrespect us like that, bro. It's like a third world country to a real certain extent. To the extent where it's not like a third world country. Third world country be bogus as hell. Like if you've been out the country, you already know that shit. I mean, it's nice and all, but you can't compare it. Like, I mean, job wise, cause they in them third world countries, bro, they don't get paid. They get paid by the week type shit. Like, I mean, a day type shit. Like, they don't get paid like by the hour. They get paid by the day. So they fuck around, make $10 a day on some shit. You know, it ain't the same. In Illinois, we got plenty of ways to make more than $10. Out there, I mean, I guess they got ways to make more than $10 a day if they out there doing some other shit. But don't compare us to them. You go to a different country, then come back to the U.S., you would be grateful. It look like the future. I swear to God. Even though it still look nice in them other countries, they is different out there though.
have a lot of financial opportunity. Everybody is in survival mode. When you see people in third world countries in survival mode, at the end of the day, America is one and the same. And you mean to tell me that you got these guys, not only did Gillie embrace him with the biggest hug, Gillie probably hugged him harder than he probably ever hugged Young Cheese.
Bro, they hugged, like they talked before. Like they spoke before this interview. Like they homies, so they was like communicating. You feel me? They hugged like they had a conversation before this. And they like, oh yeah, on game, my nigga. You know, like that's crazy.
And you mean to tell me, Wallo, this man is holding this man that made over 5 to 6 mothers cry. Listen, before we go any further, moment of silence. You mean to tell me that Gillie doesn't know about the story with G Money? You mean to tell me that Wallo does not know about the situation with G Money? You mean to tell me that everybody, the song by G Money Industry, it got over millions of views. So at this point, if you haven't been living under a rock, everybody knows about the situation with G Money and NBA Youngboy. And you mean to tell me that these two men right here are pushing 40? And not only are they pushing 40, but they're jumping up and down like cheerleaders to give a killer a hug. And I'm going to tell you why. That's because they have the same spirit within them. I don't care what anybody says. If you are Gillie and if you want your son out the streets, you have to stay out the streets. Like they say, monkey see, monkey do it. I mean, it happens for the youth. is also going to happen with the father-son relationship. You guys have to understand, Gillie been out of the streets for a long time. Like I say, he was one of the first rappers out of Philadelphia. And this right here is always going to be an iconic photo. This right here, before it's
y'all know it's crazy. That bottle just made me think. Matter of fact, fuck talking about. He think he the only one with that. Nigga, I got my bottle too, right here on gang. We both thugging on gang. But nah, you know, I made content and said I would never promote liquor. But now I realize it's not that bad, but it ain't that bad. He over there with the vodka and shit. He ain't. I wanted to liquor expire. I had this shit for a minute.
lost his life, before his son was unalive. This man right here was looking like, I don't care what nobody says. If you look at a lottery winner, and if you look at Gillie.
If y'all know if liquor expired, please comment down below. I should make a TikTok and ask them because I personally don't even know. I had this for a minute, a good minute too.
You're going to realize they're making two different faces. If you look at a lottery winner, they're excited. They're smiling from ear to ear. If you look at Gillie, his face is looking like regret, regret, regret. If you're looking at Wallo, Wallo's looking like, listen, it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. And when I made that video about Gillie's son being a sacrifice, a lot of people were like, oh, you're reaching. Oh, you're reaching. My main thing is this. If I ever have the blessing of having a son in the future, and God forbid, because no parent ever imagines that they're going to lose a child. Matter of fact, I had a miscarriage, so technically I already lost a child. So at the end of the day, when you're expecting, and when you see the female that you're talking to, her stomach is growing, at the end of the day is one of the most beautiful feelings. Even though my situation was cut short, at the end of the day, I was halfway there of being a father. But like I said, she had a miscarriage. So you mean to tell me that
he sound like he want to be a father? Shit, I told my bitch, I said, my dad left me when I was a freshman. I wasn't mad at nothing because I was young. Yeah, I was young, but I felt grown. So it's like, yeah. And I told my bitch that I'm just like him. But the only difference between me and my dad is I'm not gonna wait till the nigga get in high school, nigga. I'm leaving that as soon as I find out about that. Well, I ain't tell as soon as I found out about this. I ain't going like that, you mean? But I can't go like that. I said I ain't ready to have no kids. I can't have no. I don't even like kids. I can't have kids until I get like. People say wait till you. A lot of people say have kids when you're young. Personally, I feel like. I mean, that's cool and all. You can go ahead and get that shit out the way. But at the same time, you also need to live your life while you're young. Because if you had kids while you're young, that means, yeah, you ain't going to have to take care of them when you get old. But, nigga, you old. What is you going to do with yourself? You been spending your whole life taking care of these kids. Nigga, what you finna do? You feel me? You better. I'm trying to chase my dreams before I have a kid. I ain't even thinking about no kid right now. I don't even like kids. I don't even got the patience for them little motherfuckers, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So my bitch, we can't have no kids, man. Cause I'm just like my daddy, I'ma leave. I ain't doing that shit. That shit beat. I don't like kids. I don't even fuck with them motherfuckers like that. It's not that I don't like them. It's just like I don't want my own, you know? Like kids cool or whatever. They just annoying a little bit, but I don't got time for them. By decision, I'm not choosing to take care of and raise a kid. Like personally, I'm not. That's not gonna happen.
If you lost your son that you had to wait 9 months just to hold tight in your arms, if you lost your son to senseless gun violence, my question...
In 15 years, I'll be like 36. Yeah, I'll do that then. After I got $1 million in the bank, a mansion, 2-3 cars, you feel me? I need certain shit before I do that.
Is how could you sit down before and think that it's okay to do an interview with somebody that makes mothers cry? And you're married, so your wife cried. Your kids watch their mother cry. And you mean to tell me that you're going to do an interview with somebody from Louisiana that made many mothers cry. Listen, make it make sense. In the city of Philadelphia, it goes to show you, for everybody that really live in the streets, listen, put a 300 in the chat. I'm going to tell you, you guys have to make something of yourselves. You guys have to get out of these situations, because I'm going to tell you, they want you to go to prison and they want you in the casket. You mean to tell me the mayor of Philadelphia, listen, Philly is an active city. It gets popping. It's super litty. Bodies drop just like Baltimore, just like any other city. So you mean to tell me that the mayor of Philly, listen, everybody had to, listen, I didn't watch it, but I mean, it popped up on YouTube multiple times. The interview that he did with Little Dirk. So you mean to tell me that the mayor of Philly watched the interview that he did with Little Dirk, acting like a child? You got to understand, everybody could procreate, but not everybody could be a father. You mean to tell me that the mayor of Philly, and it's crazy, I keep telling you, when you see melanated people in high positions, they're still with the system. And I'm going to say this again, when you see people that are melanated in high positions like mayors, high government officials, listen, they are still with the system. You gave the key to the city to people who are going to do an interview with NBA Youngboy. You gave a key to the city to people. Listen, Gillie and Wallo, not only do they promote senseless violence, they pump it up, they hype it up. They hype up senseless violence. You guys have to understand, it's by design. They want us all in jail. It's by design. They want us all 6 feet deep. And it's crazy how older men are playing a big part in what these younger men are doing. It's crazy. Not to get off topic, but the dude, the rapper Lil RT, I mean, he has tracks with men in their 30s. So you mean to tell me this is how we keep going back another 400 and another 400? It's because the older men are afraid to stand against what these younger men are doing. The older men are trying to be just as popular as the younger men. No, as older men, we must take a stand against senseless gun violence. I don't care what anybody says. Until God calls you home, live your best life. Live to be 80, live to be 90. And for anybody like NBA Youngboy that makes music about making bodies drop, we turn it off. I will never, and when I say I will never, ever listen or support any of NBA Youngboy music. I will never take a picture with NBA Youngboy. I will never do an interview with NBA Youngboy. Now, before I finish this video, the guy to the right, that's Gillie's son, lost his life. And my main thing is this. I feel like as a parent, you're the leader. As a man, we like to pull the victim card. We like to feel like victims. But let me tell you guys something. In my life, I cannot pull the victim card. In my life, whatever happens to me, listen, I understand God is in control, but I understand that my actions and my decision, it plays a major role. And for Gillie to be in the streets, in his, pushing 40, for him to still be in the streets.
If they was doing ain't no way he could say that ain't his son. Oh, bro. That chain big as hell, too.
And make the streets look cool. And not only that, you do interviews with people from the streets who glorify the streets, and the music glorify the streets. What do you think your son is going to want to do? Your son is going to want to fall in line because he's going to think it's cool by design. You guys have to understand, I want to see people like Young Cheese hit 30. People ask me, why you go so hard on YouTube? I want people to live. Like, I feel like it's a beautiful life. I feel like you're supposed to enjoy your life. But you have people out here like NBA Youngboy. You have a lot of people out here that run around with guns, and you have a lot of people, they want to play God and they want to take your life. And sometimes innocent bystanders, they even get caught up in the nonsense because people want to run around and they want to play God.
Boy, it's always the innocent people that take the hit for them out, that take the fall. It's always an innocent person. Never the person they looking for. Never the person it's meant to happen for. It'd be the innocent people. Should be crazy. I was gonna say, that's bad promoting. I was gonna say 2024. Hit your target. No, but it ain't no targets with them out. Don't even have no targets. Motherfucker need to get to a bag. That's all everybody need to be focused on in 2024. Getting to that money. Getting to that cheese. For them out. No rat shit though. But getting to that bread though. Get to that bread. Like a beggar.
You mean to tell me that you just lost your son? Like, listen, this is still fresh. Like, he just lost his son not too long ago. And you mean to tell me that you want to do an interview with NBA Youngboy? Absolutely not. If this wasn't a sacrifice, listen, I can't tell you it wasn't a sacrifice, because it had to be a sacrifice. My main thing is this. If somebody touched you,
bro, to sacrifice your son is crazy. Now, if he sacrificed his son, that's some different shit right there, bro. You can't trust him. Because what type of shit is that? He look like a Gillie. Y'all drop in the comments and let me know. I don't know if this Wallo or Gillie. I think this Gillie. One of them. But y'all let me know. Don't he look like... Bro, I ain't trying to spread no bad energy, but he just look like he'll sacrifice a motherfucker. He was like... But he cool, though. He cool, though. I ain't gonna say too much, but he cool, though. I fucks with him. I fucks with both of them. But... old Buddy's just reaching. I don't know. Y'all let me know. What happened to his son? I'm gonna have to do my research to see how he even passed away. Because I don't want to be on no disrespectful shit. Because folks be disrespectful a little bit. Talking about sacrificed. He'd probably be mad as hell if he heard that shit. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that, though.
and it wasn't by design, and you didn't know anything about it, at the end of the day, you got to change your life. You got to give that money back to Barstool, and you got to tell them, no, I don't stand for this. You guys have to understand, Barstool is in control of who they have interviews with. So even if he doesn't want to do the interview with NBA Youngboy, he feels that he has to do it to maintain his lifestyle. Listen, don't be a slave to capitalism. Don't be a slave to material things. Don't be a slave to a car. Don't be a slave to a lifestyle. Listen, only free men can free men. And to all future YouTubers out there, I want to tell you, people are going to come with brand deals. I don't do them. People are going to come with many great offers, many great partnerships. I don't do them. I feel like at the end of the day, I stand 10 toes down. And I love the fact that I have an autonomous business. I love the fact that everything I do, listen, on YouTube, outside of YouTube, everything that I do, it comes through me. See, a lot of people have to understand that's how I'm able to survive. I'm not signing a contract. And when you sign contracts, you no longer have control over your own life. This right here is a sad story. And I don't care what anybody says. For the mayor of Philadelphia to give this man right here the keys to the city, this right here is what they want. To all young men.
He said when you sign that contract, any contract, you ain't got control over your life. You got to think about it. You sign a contract, you got requirements you got now. You got to live by certain shit now. You got to complete certain shit now. You got to please certain people now. And if you don't, your life gonna get fucked up. You fuck up their money, they gonna fuck up you. They gonna fuck you up, you know? So it's like, it's pros and cons to all that shit.
You actually live in the streets right now as we speak. Once again, put a 300 in the chat. I just want to say, man, stay focused and get out. Because listen, the melanated people in high positions, they want you dead too. I know it's crazy, but the melanated people in high positions, listen, they're crossing your fingers that people who look just like them go to jail. This is a sick and twisted world, all for capital gain. Welcome to capitalism. I don't care what anybody says. Hip hop is no longer pure. Hip hop is no longer about the rhyming. Settle the Score mixtape coming on the way. This is not a video for promo, but I'm about to make good music, travel music.
Merch this nigga finna make some music, bro. He already sound like a preacher. Hope it ain't no gospel shit.
Music, motivational music. NBA Youngboy ain't nothing motivational about his music. Bodies dropped in the process. Young Thug, I just made a video about him. He's trying to get out of jail. Long live Nut. In his run, the time that he was relevant, the time that he was free, bodies drop in his time. You guys have to understand, I don't care what anybody says. There's something called self-defense. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to protect your house and to protect your family. But gangster rap, gangster music, you're running around committing crimes and glorifying it, making it seem cool. No, this right here, we need many more channels. Shout out to all the young soldiers. Shout out to all the FLS soldiers that's speaking out about this senseless violence that's going on, and it doesn't have to happen. My main thing is you got to understand, if you see somebody look just like you, it doesn't matter if they're from the west side. It doesn't matter if they're from the east side. If you want to be a rapper and they want to be a rapper, listen, everybody should have the right to be a rapper. But when lives have to be taken because the only way that you could enter the industry, the only way that they could trust you in the industry is unless you give up a sacrifice. And if Gillie's son, Young Cheese, was not a sacrifice, I can't tell you what is. My main thing is this, like him losing his son to gun violence, that should cut so deep that at the end of the day, you should see him campaigning. You should see him protesting. But that's the problem. That's the problem. A lot of people, when it comes to this lifestyle, money, cars, clothes, hoes, it creates the mindset of self. It creates a mindset of being selfish. As a man, if you're selfish, don't have a child. If you still want to do you, stop procreating. Because what happens is when you have kids and you
The exact reason said I'm not having kids. Because I'm trying to do me.
still want to do you, now what you do, it affects your kids. You got to think long term. Even if you from the streets, don't have kids until you out the streets and willing to stay out of the streets. But if you from the streets and you have kids in the suburbs and you keep going back in the streets, shooting videos in the streets, hanging out in the streets, doing willies in the streets, buying sandwiches from the bodega in the streets, guess what? Your son is going to think like, oh, this is cool and I want to be just like dad. And in the process of his son wanting to be just like dad, lost his life. Let it breathe.
Shit, y'all gotta watch what y'all doing out there, man. Let me know what y'all want to see at the next reaction too, okay?